Hi, I'm Brian Van from Sport by Track Gear, sportbytrackgear.com. Today we're going to redo one of our first product video reviews, the Held Phantom gloves. Let's go ahead and give them a nice 360 jost. There is a ton of high-end materials that are used in this glove. Not only high-end materials, but high-end craftsmanship. All of your top-tier Held gloves are sewn in their factory in Hungary, okay, by true craftsmen that sew nothing but the high-end Helds, and it really shows when you get the product in your hands. Let's give them a nice tight 360. I would say for sure the most interesting part is going to be the use of the Stingray hide. You can see a large patch of it here in the palm. They're covering the knuckles on both the pinky finger and the ring finger with it as well. The reason they've used the Stingray hide is, there's more than one reason. It's very abrasion resistant. It's one of the most abrasion resistant natural hides on the planet today, and it's still very flexible, okay? It also has a lower coefficient of friction than just the kangaroo leather will. So for most of us, when you fall, instinctively you're going to put your hands out, right? When you do that, if you have just a standard leather glove that hasn't used any special technology in the palm area, it has a tendency to grab, okay? When it grabs, it can send you tumbling, it can overload the seams on the glove, pull it apart, right? It can also transfer a bunch of energy through your wrist, up in your arm, your shoulder. You use something here like the Stingray that slides easily, your hand hits the deck, it slides out from underneath you, it gets you sliding on your shoulder, on your back, and helps to prevent the tumbling, which is really key as well. Also keeps the glove together, all right, because it doesn't pull very hard on the seams. Underneath the Stingray hide, there is a strong measure of energy absorbing foam as well to help absorb some of the impact. The palm is all unlined kangaroo skin. Double layer here and here. Those are the high wear areas. We want to keep these things lasting as long as possible, because let's be realistic, this is a fairly expensive article. I'd like to point out now the seam that they've used here in the fingers. This isn't your standard external seam. This is a special seam. It's called a step seam, right? It's a lot more difficult to sew, but at the end of the day, it renders a much better result, higher quality, more durable, and it really helps to kind of keep the seam out of the impact and abrasion area, right? Just contrasting another great pair of gloves from Alpenstars. It's a pair that I've ridden in numerous times. It's a pair of my GP Pros. This is a standard external seam where they basically fold the leather and then stitch down it, okay? And then you can see here the difference with the step seam. Both are good. Personally, I think the step seam is a little bit better. Additional layer of kangaroo skin here in the palm. There's plenty here to fortify the palm. Got some Kevlar lining as well. Additional layer of kangaroo skin with the Stingray hide here, protecting the outer portion of the pinky side of the hand. These are real impact areas right here. And you'll notice what they've done here for even more protection is they've used a full internal seam right here on the pinky. Protecting the wrist, we've got some carbon fiber on the outside, tons of energy absorbing foam in that area. It covers the wrist bone here nicely. We've got a motion panel here. You can see when I'm making a fist, right? This motion panel works. We've got a perforated panel of kangaroo hide right here. We've got a dual closure for the gauntlet, top and bottom. We've got a carbon fiber style knuckle protector here. I would kind of say it's kind of between soft and hard. It's kind of a medium density, and there's plenty of energy absorbing foam on the other side of that. In all the fingers, we have dual layer of kangaroo skin. We've got energy absorbing foam stitched in between here. They've done the same here on the index finger as well. Embroidered Held logo right here. Perforation in between the fingers. They've kept it simple, and they've put just a few holes in there, and I got to tell you, those few holes are very effective. They work in conjunction with the perforation here on the back of the hand. Air drives in, and it exhausts out here on the back of the hand. To protect the thumb, we have energy absorbing foam stitched in between multiple layers of kangaroo hide here as well. To take these off, just kind of give you a quick look from the inside. You can see all the yellow material there. Can you see that, Josh?
Oh yeah.
That is all Kevlar lining for additional protection. I'd also like to point out, you see all the gray kangaroo? That's all unlined kangaroo. It gives the best possible feel. And let's face it, dexterity is really important when you're riding a motorcycle. The more in tune you are, the more in touch you are with that bike and the hand controls, the better you're going to perform. And that's why they do it in that manner. You can see here clearly the measure of energy absorbing foam they're using here to protect the wrist. Very comfortable, very protective. This is still today one of our highest, if not our highest rated, full gauntlet race style glove. Let's give you a quick look here at a pair that I wore. I rode these for, I don't know, I think 2 seasons or so. I believe I crashed in them 4 times. And I just want to show you how well they held up. I've not ridden in these things in a long time. They've been sitting in my office for quite some time now. Let's go ahead and kind of detail the damage. You can see the Stingray hide here, touchdown, knuckle protector, side of the wrist and arm there, right? This was on the ground a few times, and that Stingray hide is really, really resistant to the abrasion. I mean, it barely wore that down. All the seams in this glove are still intact. Could totally ride in these again. Let's show you the other side. Palm. They're dirty. They could really use a washing, but they've been retired, so really not necessary. At the end of the day, I think for us here, the Phantoms have really shown that they offer very strong bang for the buck. They're expensive, no doubt about it, but they last a long time, they protect like almost nothing else can, and they offer an incredible amount of feel and dexterity. This is bar none one of our highest recommended products here at sportbiketrackgear.com. I'm Brian Van, these are the Held Phantom gloves.